Whoa, what's going on, everybody? It's a new day, it's a new deck, and it's a new patch. And we're still trying to figure out this patch. By now we got the patch notes, which you can see on screen right here. And we're gonna have a look at them, go over them, and see what they're all about. One thing that we already know, our ranger right here, her equipment costs mastery points now, which makes the game overall way harder because you're missing some mastery points. So this is one big change that came in, and I like it a lot. It gives it, it gives it a bit more in-depth. You can maybe sell your armor if you need 5 gold to deploy another Illuvial and stuff like this. So I really like this change. Enemy plays it with 2 glass cannons, so we should be good with just 1 tank. Perfect. One big point of the patch notes, you can see it on screen, the hypermeter is working now. The hyper active system is working as intended, and it works that 50 in a 50 hex radius around your Illuvial. If your Illuvial counters enemy Illuvials, it will load its hyper active meter faster, and if it gets countered by enemy Illuvial affinities, it will load it slower or not at all. And this is huge because now we can positioning really does make a difference. If you put your fire rogue onto the earth tank right there, your rogue is never gonna load his hyperactive meter because he's countered by 2. Yeah, this is amazing. If there is a composite, it's half-half, right? If it's magma, it's half of it will be counted as fire and half of it by earth. And you can see this hyper counter table right here, and it gives us a good overview over the 5 basic affinities: water, earth, fire, nature, and air. Every one of them counters 1 by a factor of 2 and gets countered by a factor of 2. So for example, water counters earth by 2 and gets countered by air by -2. And with fire and nature, it's 1. So if we do this calculation a bit, you'll see how it works. And it's really easy to understand, I think. Right, let's just put you here and occupy the ramp fire, whatever. Another thing that changes, if you put, we're gonna see it later, if you put a tank here, he's not gonna run away from the rogue, and it takes forever for them to connect. It's gonna happen pretty much instantly. This is really nice. You don't have to plan a whole route for your assassin bait. They're just gonna, you position them at the assassins and they're gonna attack each other. But I like that a lot. So let's think for an easy example, Singe. He is magma, so that's fire and earth. And for example, we put him next to an enemy nature Illuvial. And then we can just calculate it right here. The earth is +1 for nature, so we are on +1. And the fire is +2 for nature. So we are on a +3 hyperactive boost. And it will charge it by the factor of 3. And yeah, if we... Let me put this away. So if there is now a water Illuvial also close by, then we know earth is -2 by water. So it loses -2 and it loses 1 from the fire as well. So suddenly the hypermeter is 0. Let me put something in. So suddenly the hypermeter is 0 and it's not gonna load its hypermeter at all. And then if you are composite versus composite, you just do all those calculations 1 by 1 for each of the composites. For example, magma versus a steam. Steam is fire and water. Magma is earth and fire. So then you do it 1 by 1. You take the earth from magma. It's good against fire, +2 for magma. Then against the water, not good against water, -2. So 0 for that. And then we have the fire is -1 against the water and 0 for the fire. So the magma Illuvial is gonna have a -1 hyper factor against the steam, and it's not gonna load his hypermeter. And the steam is gonna have a +1 and it's gonna load its hypermeter as long as the magma is around him. I hope you understand that. I know that's how it works, but I think it's quite clear. And basically just really learn those 5 basic affinities and how they counter each other. And from there you can do all the, if you got enough time, which I don't have in the competitive mode, but if you got enough time, you can just do all the calculations step by step, and you're gonna get so much better at it every time you do it. Perfect. And now what happens if they get hyperactive? We know that now too. They get a general bonus, so everybody gets a 25 increased attack speed once they get hyperactive. And their fighter, for example, gets a unique bonus, which is 25% piercing, energy and physical piercing on their attacks, and a 35% attack speed. So they get a crazy amount. They get a 60% attack speed increase once they get hyperactive. This bonus plus this bonus. So this is huge. Then the bulwark, they get for the 8 seconds after reaching hyperactive, you get 20% more resistances. And they gain 2% of max health regen for the rest of the game. Which is huge too. If you got a Titanor, which we got today by the way, we got a Titanor and a TNT, so we got the Granite main tank. We're gonna get him in soon. I don't know why we can't... Oh, it just said we couldn't sell any more units, but we can. Let me just focus on this real quick, and then we can do the next one. Who do we want to get in? Probably the Titanor would be a really nice thing. Really nice guy to get, but we already got 2 good tanks, so maybe not. Maybe we just upgrade our damage over here. Actually, let's just play it like this. Gotta be very spontaneous in this game. Alright, I hope that's gonna be alright. I'm not gonna look at it for now. Oof, our tanks are kinda dead. Alright, we're good. So, the Bulwark Hyper bonus we just talked about. Now the Rogue. This is huge. It is 1 second. Every third attack, they silence their target for 1 second. So if you got 2 Rogues on an Adorius, he's never ever gonna cast. He's just gonna be silenced all the time. Because 3 attacks is not a lot. And they also gain 10% savagery. So this is huge for Rogues. Then we got the Scion. They get 30% Omega power, and their Omega abilities gain splash damage, dealing 100 energy damage in a radius of 10, and refund 10 energy. So this is huge for a unit like TNT, who shoots out 5 missiles, and all of those missiles, once he's hyperactive, are gonna explode and do energy damage to all the units around them in a 10 hex radius, which is really nice. Counters a bit the clumping up of units, so you can't put all of them together anymore. Which counters a bit the support build. Alright, can we get in a nice, strong OP unit now to kill everything? Or to tank everything? Gonna go with the Titanor. You are gonna tank the 2 assassins. Titanor is gonna tank the front line. You guys are gonna go over here. And you're gonna go over there. So let's see how quickly the Singe will attack those rogues. Pretty much instantly. He walks like 3 steps and he turns around, so it's way faster, and you can really do more precise positioning against those rogues. I really like that change. Alright, coming to the Empath. When they become hyperactive, Empaths heal allies for 30 health and provide 3 energy in a radius of 20 around themselves every 3 seconds. Wow, that's good. They're gonna give energy, the mana, the blue bar, to all of their Illuvials around them, to all of their friends, and they're also gonna heal them. So it's kind of a bit of Archie or Nacho's Omega right here, who heals like units around him, but also gives them energy. This is really nice. Alright. Since it got way harder with missing a few mastery points, it's so much easier to choke in an early wave, so let me just focus real quick to not make any mistakes. And then we can keep on rocking this. Are we getting archers? We could get a 6 earth, but I don't know if Lura is really gonna bring much to the table. Maybe just a Riptor to get a bit more damage on the Riptorus. Or maybe just a Fern. I guess a Fern will do a nice job. Those units really profit from his attack speed. Alright. What else do we have in the patch notes? Yeah, we get the cost for the armaments. We start with 120 mastery points. What was it before? I think 125? I'm not sure actually. Are we losing? Please don't tell me we're losing. But it's normal. Don't be sad if you're losing early like me. It's a normal thing. At least we made it through the patch notes. I'm gonna try again and get way higher up in this ranking. There is no more frog dummies. I hope you all tried to use them. It was a really nice thing. Yeah, I think that's the main thing, right? We finally have hyper. The hyper system is finally working as intended. There's a few like overall like setting improvements and some bug fixes, a lot of bug fixes. Hell yeah, that's a lot of bug fixes. You can check them on your own. We're not gonna go over them right now. Fix the bug causing the ranger becoming invisible after using Omega when with Earth daggers equipped. Damn, I never saw that. I would have tried that out if I knew that. Here's stuff Omega. Okay, the health bar wouldn't update from air stuff Omega. That's not a big thing. Alright, you can look at that on your own. I leave the link in the description below to those patch notes. I hope you enjoyed the video. We didn't go far up there, but we managed to explain all the patch notes. And I hope you, if you didn't know how the hyper system worked, I hope you know it now. If you still have questions, please let me know. In the next video, I'm gonna talk about them. I am gonna explain those questions and I'm gonna lift the curse of not understanding anything. Alright, I'm getting cheesy. I'm gonna stop it right here. Have a nice day. Bye bye.